here are all my settings if you are curious. 10-minute quarters. Salary cap on, obviously. All of these are on base settings for now. Injuries on, all 50s there. Base normal ones there. Superstar difficulty. That's basically all you need to know. So as you can see right here, I'm selecting my team, and it's between a couple different teams. It's between the Timberwolves, the Kings, and the Grizzlies. So I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies because they have a young core, and I'll show you the team now. So on the roster, our future star and our main player, Ja Morant. He's a great young star, only 21 years of age, very athletic. And then Tyus Jones off the bench. He's a good playmaker and shooter. He can come in occasionally. I do like Dylan Brooks as our starter and D'Anthony Melton as the backup. They are young and solid, but I will be using Desmond Bane some because they just drafted him and he's a very solid shooter, so yeah. I do not like the small forwards very much. Winslow and Anderson. Winslow's pretty good, honestly, for his age, but he just can't. He's not particularly good at anything, so I might look for a trade for a small forward. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Brandon Clark are two players that I really like their game, and they're really young, and yeah, they're gonna be future assets on this team. The centers, Jonas Valanciunas, very solid starting center, and Jang, or however you say his name, I'll look to trade him away, but I don't think anyone will want to take on a $17.29 million contract for an older player who's only a 75 overall. Now that you've seen the roster, I'm going to go try and trade for a small forward. So, I'm looking for a small forward. I guess we'll say max age 28 because I want a younger guy. And then I guess I'll just search for small forwards and I'll try and find a guy that makes sense. I'll see you guys in a little bit with a guy that hopefully I'll be able to trade for. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and try and trade for TJ Warren. So I will give them Justice Winslow, our first round pick, top 3 protected next year, and maybe we'll give them Grayson Allen because he's a young player who's not bad, and they'll give me their worst player in Edmund Summer. Let's see if they accept this trade. No. I'll give you a second round pick, another second round pick. Alright, maybe if let's think about this. You know what? The Warriors will have all their healthy players back by 2024. I don't think this first round pick is going to be very valuable to me. I'll give it up if they'll accept this. They still won't accept it. I'm going to look for another guy to trade for. Okay, so I found a guy that I think I want to trade for. Evan Fournier. He's an older player, a little bit of an older player. The Magic are a younger team, probably trying to rebuild. So I think this would be somewhat realistic if we can trade for him. So, let's see. Once again, we're going to try Justice Winslow. And I'll do first round pick next year. Straight up accepted. Alright, that's a Blockbuster trade. Let's go. He was a shooting guard, but he is going to be playing small forward for us. So, I'll be back in a second with the rotation. Actually, I'm going to try and trade for a slightly better backup center. Alright, so I'm trying to trade for Marcus Gasol, but since we have the rookie Bane, I'm willing to give up a guy like Grayson Allen. And I'll give up 2 future second round picks. You know what? I'll throw in this guy. They don't want him really. I think we're just gonna stick with our backup center. We couldn't make a trade happen. That's okay. So I am gonna look at the trade finder for Grayson Allen and John Concord just to see if there's anything decent. I mean, that would be a decent deal, but I don't see anything that I really want to do that seems realistic. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep the young core together, not do anything, not make any dumb trades or something like that. Desmond Bane's actually gonna play in the G League this year, so yeah. After I do the rotation. Alright, so as you can see, this is the rotation. John Morant, 34 minutes, 29 to Dylan Brooks, 30 for Fournier, 32 for Jaren Jackson Jr., 29 for Valanciunas, 28 for Brandon Clark, 22 for Tyus Jones, 15 for DeAnthony Melton, 14 for Anderson, and 8 for Jang. That is going to do it for today's episode, but in the future I will be doing 1 in-game week per episode, and I will be playing 1 game per every week. So yeah, that's going to do it, and like and subscribe.